I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, each one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay, but I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go, stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. On everything. I'm Lance, yeah, this is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you. I was doing everything right till I walked a different line. Now I see clear as day. This life is finally mine. This is why I do what I do. North Dakota Carnivore, seeing it through. Reversed it all, yeah, I made it through. Let's stay together strong, me and you.
And good morning. How's everybody doing today? What a beautiful day, right? Unless you're up here. There we have rain going on right now, which we actually absolutely need. My daughter just stopped by, and apparently the way I'm sitting in my office and this morning, my key fob got pushed in the right combination and the windows on my car got rolled down. That's not good because it's raining out. And for some reason, that's why. Okay. I listened to the intro music, and I was doing some other stuff on there, and I thought I had it changed back, but I had to go through my headset to even hear it, so just had to make some changes. Good morning, Polly. How are you today? It's nice to see you in here. I appreciate you stopping by. Rice Biscuit, good morning. 18 Wheels of Carnivore, top of the morning to you. Assalamu alaikum, salam. Good morning. How are you doing? Actually, for you, it'd probably be this afternoon, wouldn't it? Love from Sin Agricultural University, Tendo Jum, the facility of animal husbandry and veterinary sciences. Well, hey, good morning. It's nice to see you here. So what country are you in? Curious to see what you have to say about that. So, hey, if you listened to me last week, I was starting a 5-day fast last Saturday, and I went through Wednesday. It was just over 120 hours, which was really good. I did really good on that fast. I should have extended it out to 7 days, but I didn't. But to make up for it, I started another fast last night. So I did a 120-hour fast. I did a 48-hour refeed, and now I'm 16 hours into another fast, which I think I'm going to go 7 days on this one. So I won't be eating until next Saturday morning. Just be 7.5 days. Just what I want. So you're in Pakistan. All right. Well, hey, nice to see you here this morning. Glad you could make it in, and it'd be evening for you over there. So hopefully you have a wonderful night there. Uncle Willie, good morning. Doing some meal prep again, burger and sausage patties. I'm doing my meal prep too. I'm being a smartass. Here's my meal prep for the next week, right there. I'll keep those full. I have 2 in my pocket, by the way. So I'm 99% sure I'm going to do a 7-day fast. So I've been having issues with getting my weight loss going again. So one of the things that I've done successfully here when I set my mind to it is fasting. And I know fasting, you can lose weight. I am part of a group, Finally Fasting, and Jerome is the person who has this website, Finally Fasting. He's on YouTube. This Sunday night, he'll be doing a YouTube live. He moved all of his stuff to Patreon because YouTube demonetized him. So now he only does his regular lives Tuesdays. He does lives every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But once a month on Sunday, the last Sunday of the month, he'll do a free live on YouTube. So it's not part of the Patreon where anybody can go in there and learn about fasting and talk with somebody who has been doing this for a couple of years or whatever it is that he's been doing it. So it's actually pretty good. If you want to go check out the QR code up top there, Jerome is actually a really good guy, and he's got some interesting stuff going on. My friend, I am from North Dakota, as you see on the sign back there. I'm in the U.S., North Dakota, up in north central North Dakota, north central United States. Actually, north, central north in the United States, yep. Your English is not good, but I'm trying to speak English, but unfortunately I will speak English only a little bit. No, you're fine. And you're actually doing pretty good. I can understand what you're saying. I used to do this with some guys I work for. I still actually do this here. I use Google Translate a lot, and I used to do that. It's hard to do it in chats like this, but we used to text each other back, and we'd paste it into the Google Translate so we could see what we're saying and chat back and forth. I lived in Europe for about 8 years back in the early or late 1980s, early 1990s. I lived in Europe, and by the time I left Germany, I actually spoke pretty good German. So learning another language like that is great, and I appreciate it. Extended fast wrecked my muscle retention. Recovery takes several weeks to months. I haven't had any issues with that so far, so I'm hoping I don't ever, because I actually enjoy doing fasts. I like the healing that goes on with it. My wrist is getting better every time I do a fast, so that dry skin goes away. And looking down just reminded me I needed to charge my watch. I just threw it on a charger. Simone, in Pakistan, we speak, yeah, is it Urdu or Yurda? I've heard that before. See, and I work with people from all over the world. We have people from a bunch of different countries within Africa. We have people from Turkey and India, and we had Korean, Russian. So we've had some people from China that have worked directly for us. But yeah, we have people from all over the world that work where I'm at, and it's actually really cool to have so many different people around. I forgot to do this. There we go. That way people can see the other conversation that's going on there too. Now, YouTube was supposed to start doing that. I wonder if I got to figure out something on how to do this, because YouTube, they were talking about this in one of the creator videos that they put out, where the vertical chat and the regular chat are supposed to be combined. I don't think they've come out with it yet, but they're working on it so that soon you won't have to put it up on the screen to be able to see it. You'll be able to get the full experience of both chats at the same time, which is much better. I'd like to see that happen. So one of the reasons I wanted to do my fast, you can't see comments but can read them. Yeah, too small on your phone, right? I understand that. Oh, hey, look, Brian's here. Good morning, Brian. Nice to see you this morning. No, I have not visited Pakistan. I have not been into that part of the world at all. The furthest I've been, or closest I've been to that, would probably be the Czech Republic. So, and that's quite a ways away yet. But I've been in that area. You know, I've been around Europe. I've had some good times there too. Well, good morning. How are you today? So, one of the reasons I'm trying to do my fasting is because I still have a lot of excess fat to lose on my body. Yeah, I've lost 142 pounds altogether. I've gained some of that back, but what I haven't gained is the inches back on my waist and stuff. So I'm gaining muscle, replacing the fat with muscle. So if you know how that works, fat and muscle, despite what everybody says, don't weigh this, are different weights. They weigh the same. And you'll hear people say that, you know, fat and muscle, they're not the same weight. Well, they take up different space is what it is. So say this is muscle and your fist is fat. You know, when you lose a pound of fat and you gain a pound of muscle, it takes up less space on your body. That's why you can lose weight and you can see it, but your inches can still remain the same if you're retaining fat. But if you gain weight while you're like I have on this carnivore diet, I've gained up to 20 pounds here in the last month or last 3 months. I've gained up to 20 pounds and I keep fluctuating pretty much on that. But my pants don't fit tighter. They actually fit better now because I've lost inches, which means I've transitioned fat to muscle. Yes, I do see you. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah. And what I'm trying to do now is I got to get my weight back down where I want it. I want to get down to the 190 pound range, and I want to get under 200 pounds into a what quote unquote a healthy weight. And that's what I'm working on. Can I tell you a good workout? No, I don't work out. But if you want to, depends upon what you want to do. Okay, a lot of people like to do weightlifting. A lot of people like to do cardio, or you can do HIIT training. When I was younger, like back in 2012, I started doing Beachbody's Insanity with Shaun T. I did that for quite a few years, and I actually didn't mind doing it. If you want to do something like that, and it's a subscription service. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on TV. You can do it on a computer. You can do it wherever you are. So they have a on-demand service. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, Uncle Willie. So let me show you this here. So I just did a 5-day water fast, and if you look at this, I know if you're on a phone, it's gonna be hard to see. I started the day before this here. My weight was 224. So 224. First day I lost a little bit of water. Second day I'm all right. Third day I went back up. And you can gain weight doing this. Well, I'm properly hydrating. I'm doing a water fast. I'm losing fat. My body's burning fat. I'm not burning calories from food that I'm eating. So I am losing weight. And the last day I was down to 217. So I went from 224 to 217. So about 7 pounds lost in that 5 day. This morning when I weighed myself, I was again at 221. So yeah, 4 more pounds came back, but I just started another 5-day or 7-day fast. So I'll end up losing more. And I'm going to be doing this with the Finally Fasting group that I'm with. And I'm going to be talking to Jerome about this here because I'm not used to doing back-to-back long extended fasts. I've done ADF 36 hours. I've done ADF 60 hours. I've done 72-hour fasts within a couple in a week of each other, but I've never done an extended fast beyond 72 hours back to back like this. So I'm going to talk to Jerome about that. Probably more so on Wednesday. It's a closed group meeting that he has. So, but I want to see what my body can do and how far I can get my weight down within this time frame. Because I don't mind even walking while I'm fasting, because all it does seem to do is after I get done walking within an hour or two, my ketones seem to kick up pretty good too. Got to have that. Angie, good morning. Internet is in and out today. It's pouring rain and messing with it. I hope everyone has a good day. Yeah, mine is too. We got some pretty good rain going on here. And when I was watching Rick's live stream this morning, it was cutting in and out at times. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And I look at the radar and see, oh, yeah, we got some pouring rain going on right now. But we need it. The yard was starting to look kind of dingy already, and it's only at the end of May. So that's never a good sign. So at the end of my fast, this is how I woke up last Wednesday morning. I don't have any more test strips for my Keto Mojo for my blood glucose. I do have the ketone strip, but I don't have the blood glucose test strips. So I was going off of my CGM. And my CGM at 3.72 is like 69 is what I wrote down, because my CGM only said below 70. So I don't know what it was. So I just put down 69, and that comes out to 3.7. My ketones were at 5.6, which is absolutely great. And if you look at the Dr. Boz ratio, it was 11. If you know much about the Dr. Boz ratio, that just shows you the level of healing that your body is going through while you're doing this. And being down there at 11 is really good. Anything 80 and below, you're in weight loss. 40 and below, you're in an advanced state of healing and autophagy. And then 20 and below is like a medical grade healing. So if you have like seizures or cancer, and stuff like that, dementia, being under a 20 Dr. Boz ratio is really good. And I made it down to 11, which pretty happy with that. And let's see, Brian saying hi to Angie. Yeah, it's actually really good. I was really happy with that. But even this is right before I broke it. I used my wife's glucose blood test to get to a 60. That's where my blood sugars were sitting at a 60, and then my ketones were at a 5.3. And that was 3:50 in the afternoon, right before I was coming home to break my fast. So I don't know what I actually ended up at. I don't ever test it right before I eat. But then I broke my fast that night with my typical 2 over easy eggs and 4 pieces of crispy bacon. Then I waited for like 45 minutes, and then I had 2 ground beef patties with what was it? I can't remember what kind of cheese it was, with cheese on it, and that was all I had for that. The next meal I had, I didn't have. I had sardines at work for like a midday lunch, and when I got home on Thursday night, I ended up having this. This was absolutely amazing. It's actually just a 12-ounce ribeye steak here. It's actually pretty thin, so it doesn't look. It looks like it's really a big steak, but it's only about 12 ounces, and then 12 shrimp, and then the butter. Oh my goodness, was that delicious! Brian says that his last fast, his Dr. Boz ratio got down to 14, which is absolutely amazing. That is so nice to get down there. And if you do a lot of fasting, you get to feel when the ketones come up. And for me, I get like a tingling in my head when my ketones rise. I can tell, and it's actually really nice. I love it when that happens. Tammy, good morning. Sorry you're late. Internet keeps going out. Yeah, you're not the only one that's having trouble with that. I had trouble with that this morning too. And I'm actually surprised I'm still not, because it was just pouring out here really good. And then to start this off, the reason I actually started my stream a little bit late, because my daughter showed up and told me my windows in my car were down as it was raining out. They couldn't have been down very long, so it had to have happened while I was sitting here getting StreamYard ready for this live and listening to Rick on his live, because I listen to Rick Charger Mopar in the mornings, and then Christy, she has a live stream, and she was on with Brian Wick, so I was listening to both of those streams while I'm putting stuff in here and getting this here set up to go. But apparently, the way I sat down, it triggered the right buttons on my key fob, and it rolled my windows to my car down. Convert blood glucose. Yep. Oh, you're looking to convert from the millimeter to the millimole per deciliter to the milligrams per liter. Yeah, 67. So it was something like that. That might have been one of my ones that I actually did use my wife's blood glucose meter to do. I did a couple of them with hers because I ran out of the test strips, and anything that was showing below 70, most of the time I was just putting it down as 69 because I don't know where it was. Well, thanks, Angie. All the healing that's going on in my body there's a lot of it going on, and it is amazing what happens with your body when you fast. There's just so much out there. And the reason I was fasting last time is I had more dental work done. So these teeth here, that's a bridge. And right now it's a temporary bridge. I'm just getting that put in. I had one tooth pulled that was pretty much knocked out when I was a little kid. And I had a post in there for 40, 45 years, 46 years. I had a post in there and it was infected and causing an abscess. It was self-draining, so it didn't cause any pain or anything like that. But I had issues with that once before. And it's not even why I went to the dentist to begin with. I went to the dentist for an issue with a tooth over here. And actually, I went because I was going for this one. I ended up having this one pulled because it got infected like 2 days before I went to the dentist and it was bad. And then he told me about that. So we decided to do a bridge on that, and I'm still working on that. Yeah. But I found when I go fasted, the healing seems to be tremendously better because I went fasted and we ended up pulling this tooth. And I was fasting like that because I couldn't eat. So I just said, well, I'm going to fast until I go to the dentist. And it worked out really good. So now if I know I'm going to the dentist, I'm going to have any actual work done, I'll fast. So this last time he did some stuff with a red laser in there, like he was scorching off skin and getting stuff set to put that bridge in. It was different. But later that day when the numbness started wearing down, I could feel what he was doing. I don't know what he did, but I could feel it. I wasn't feeling all that great. Hey, Kel, good morning. It's nice to see you here this morning. Coach Stefan and Coach Bronson both said that it takes 6 to 18 months to get truly fat adapted. I wonder if I'm just now getting fat adapted. It's a possibility, Uncle Willie. It depends upon how bad your body was. I mean, if you look at the way we treat our bodies following the standard American diet or Western diet, we abuse the heck out of our body, and our metabolism and everything was just so wrecked by it. And that's why it takes so long to get adapted to it. Yeah, lots of rain and wind today in Ohio or Idaho. Yeah, see, I'm in North Dakota, so ours is actually coming from the south. And after this stream, I'm going to be heading south for a couple hours. It's going to be my wife and I are running to Costco. So she needs food for her. So I figured we could go to Costco. We could pick up the type of foods that she likes because I'm going to be fasting, so I don't need food. But I wanted to get her more what she can eat so that she eats better. And yeah, it's going to be fun driving in the rain. I always enjoy doing that. Yeah, you'd love to test every day, but test strips are too expensive. And I agree. And that's why the last time I ordered test strips from Keto or for the Keto Mojo, I only ordered the ketone test strips just simply because I've been wearing a CGM and I can always get that off there. But the Stello only goes down to 70. And my wife picked me up a Lingo from Walmart because they sell Lingos at Walmart now. And Lingo's another brand of CGM that's like the Freestyle Libre. The Stello is like the Dexcom 7. Yeah, it's a Dexcom product. So I put the Lingo on last night. It takes 1 hour for it to warm up and for you to get your first reading. And 40 minutes into the warm up, it failed. And then I remembered why I stopped using Lingo, because it happens to me way too much with the Freestyle products. And my wife used to be on the Freestyle Libre, and it happened to her a lot too. You put the sensor on, it never gets to a warm up or it works for a few hours and then you lose a reading and it just quits on you. It's not a good thing. And those things are expensive too. Bryce Biscuit says, I have to look carefully at what fasting can still heal for me. Maybe tinnitus, but for now, sarcopenia, a concern. So, sarcopenia. So, taking any weight loss intentionally slow. The only other major hurdle is Hashimoto's, right? And I'm not sure what Hashimoto's will do for, or fasting will do for the Hashimoto's. I am not really sure about that. But, there's a lot of good AI out there that can, if you train it right, can give you some good information on what fasting can do while on a carnivore diet for helping with so many diseases. Hey, Donna Ray. Good morning. It's nice to see you here. And Uncle Charlie went on a cruise. Went on a cruise. I don't know what that is. About 15 New York. Oh yeah, you ate about 15 New York strips. I remember you were talking about that yesterday. It'd be so nice to be able to do that, right? Go on a cruise for how many days was your cruise, Uncle Charlie? So 15 New York strips. Was that 2 strips a day, or did you have more than that? Libre 3 Plus came out last year. Not sure if it's any more accurate. I know you can't calibrate it though. Right. And see, my wife, she was using the Freestyle Libre 2, but she couldn't calibrate it. And it continuously, always, I knew this to begin with, that when I started using the lingo, I would have trouble with it because we always had trouble with my wife's. But it was like every time I did use one, every other one would fail. And makes it hard. 5-day cruise, 15, 3 a day. You got your money's worth on that, right? But yeah, using these CGMs, and then I found the Stello, which is a Dexcom. I've never had the Stello fail. And I don't know, but it only goes down to a 70, where if I use the Freestyle or the Lingo, that goes down to 50. So I can read my blood sugars a little bit lower. But the Lingo also shows 10 to 15 points lower than the actual blood, where the Stello will show a couple of points higher, maybe 5 to 7. So they're both kind of off on what they're registering. I use a NutriSense app, so I can actually change and adjust the calibration according to my morning blood glucose test, which is kind of nice to be able to do. I just try to use the free version of it. Yeah. So I was showing this too. This was my first actual, where'd it go? Dang. This was my first real meal after the fast. This was Thursday night. And this is what I ate. Yesterday during the day at work, I had 2 cans of sardines and a can of mackerel. Finally found mackerel. Our Walmart finally got some mackerel in, so I got some of the King Oscar mackerel. That was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. And then this is what I had for dinner last night. It's just 8 ounces of ground beef, 2 hard-boiled eggs, 3 pieces of bacon for a power bowl. And that was my last meal before I started my fast. So that's actually going to be pretty dang nice to have us. Oh, and when I was looking in the fridge for something else, I found a tube of sour cream, the Daisy sour cream. So I put some sour cream on top of that too. Yeah, I like the mackerel rice biscuit. It's actually pretty good. Um, it is different than sardines. That's for dang sure. It's a lot easier to eat, but I like sardines too. I don't mind them. And the King Oscar brand's actually pretty good. Yeah. Uncle Willie says I just spent $150 on King Oscar mackerel. Wow, that's a lot of mackerel right there. Wait, holy mackerel, right? I'm gonna try to go 7 days on this fast, Brian. I just finished a 5 day fast, 120 hours. I did a 48-hour refeed, and I'm gonna do a 7 day fast on this one. Amy, good morning. It's nice to see you, or good afternoon. Nope, not yet. Maybe still be good morning. Getting close though. I think the only one here that's in the afternoon is Terry right now. Canned mackerel is delicious. Yeah, mackerel Alfredo. That sounds like a good idea. You can use the egg life wrap, roll them up, and cut them into strips. Make your own Alfredo sauce. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Thanks, Donna Ray. I'm gonna have to. It's a good idea. Oh, that Powerball, it's one of my favorites. I really enjoy those. I eat a lot of that. That's one of the most common meals I eat. I eat that way more than I eat steaks now. It's just they're easy, they're delicious. Yeah, the nutrient profile on both of those are excellent and nice for a variety. It is because you can get the mackerel and even the mackerel in the brine has a good flavor to it and good taste to it. So it breaks up the monotony of the sardines. Yeah. Baker says you're doing at least one can of sardines daily. You started that yesterday. Last year, you did it for a full 6 months. Don't know how long you'll get it this year. Well, there's actually some people that have them every day just to keep the satiation of their regular meals up. And I don't mind sardines. I'd eat it every day. I see Bryce basically trying to find mackerel. That's not fillets though. Oh, I didn't know they came without being in fillets. Are you trying to find whole mackerel, like the whole, like a whole sardines? Didn't know we could have them like that. Let's see, Rockin' A. You're new here, but I do watch Carnivore Quest. Awesome. Um, so I've heard of you, but never cut alive. How often do I fast and for how long? I have fasted in the past 5 or so days, and you're 68. Okay, well, I'm 59, and I've been fasting for the last, well, since January of 2025. How often I fast depends upon how my body feels. Like last year in December, I did ADF for the month of December. I went 36 hours in between eating. So I'd eat breakfast and have a dinner at like 6 o'clock and at night. Then I'd go 36 hours, which would be breakfast, then dinner, go for 36 hours. I did that for the month of December. Month of January, I went 60 hours. So it was basically about the same way, the same thing I was doing. But my extended fasts, I've only thrown them in about once a month or once every 45 days. But I want to get back into losing a little more weight and trying to get this last few pounds off that I want off to get back down into Wonderland or down under 200 pounds. So I'm just trying to get down there. Smoked kipper snacks, herring is actually pretty good too. My wife bought me a can of herring thinking it was mackerel, so I did eat that too. That was on Thursday. I had the mackerel. Jenny Mitch has tested extreme sardine consumption, then did every test. No elevations in toxins. That's correct. And I love Jenny's channel because she does stuff like that, where she'll test herself and she'll test her body, and then she actually gets the blood testing to go with it to show that what's going on with the body. She did that with raw dairy, so she could show that her Hashimoto's actually improved on raw dairy compared to pasteurized dairy. I don't know if you saw that, Brights Biscuit, but that might be something that could help you with your Hashimoto's too, because she had better markers after consuming raw dairy. And this isn't medical advice, anybody. Nobody here's a doctor, and we don't give medical advice. We just give lived experience. You buy King Oscar canned mackerel. Yep. It's the first time I've been looking for it at Walmart and our local other grocery stores here, and I can't hardly ever find canned mackerel here. Bryce says, yes, you prefer skin and bones for extra nutrition. And I do too, especially with the sardines. I'd rather have it with the skin and the bones in there. I didn't know they had that with mackerel. I'm going to have to look for it. Yeah, all the King Oscar that you found are flayed, but they are delicious. I'll agree with that. Angie, how long did it take to lose your weight? I know men lose it faster than women because y'all have less hormones than we do. Yes, that is very true. Just interested to hear each person's journey. Well, Angie, I started the carnivore diet in August of 2024, and I was 335 pounds the day that I started. By, what was it, end of March, first part of April of 2025, I was down over 80 pounds. And by June, I was down over 100 pounds. So it didn't take me long to lose a lot of weight. I got nervous when I got to that 80-pound mark. Previous weight loss, when I lost 80 pounds, I ended up having heart surgery. So I started consuming extra dairy, extra cheese, carnivore stuff that I knew would stop my weight from going on. And I still ended up losing down 140 pounds altogether. But I still want that last 15, 20 pounds to go away so that I can be lower. But yeah, men do lose weight easier, faster, because of the different hormones that we have. Women have so many different hormones, and they have more hormones than men do. And women are the hardest ones to get to eat the fatty meats, to figure that out, because they have been, we've all been brainwashed about eating fat. And it just seems that women are more ashamed for eating fat, and they have been. So it's psychologically, they have a harder time eating the fat. One of the things that I found that helps me, I got to show this picture. Where'd it go? One of the things that helps me to eat fat is to cook a steak, leave all the fat on it. This is a ribeye. I didn't trim the fat off of this here at all. I left it all on there. I cooked it in the air fryer. My air fryer's got a broil function. I cooked it in there till the meat probe said it was 110 degrees. Take it out. I threw it on my cast iron pan that was ripping hot for 1 minute on each side. And that's all I did. Then I took it off and I let them cool. I let this cool until it was cold to touch. I threw it in a container, threw it in the fridge, and the next morning I cut it up like this. This fatty piece on the top right there is extremely hard to tell the difference in texture and taste to the meat on the left. And this allows me to eat the fat like this so much better. And I've been doing that for a long time. I started my carnivore diet doing it this way with my ribeyes and stuff. I really enjoy the fat like that. It just makes it much easier to eat. So that's a tip and a trick. If you have a hard time eating the fat, cook it, cool it, let it sit for 12 hours in the fridge, and then cut it up and eat it. It is so much easier to eat that way. Let's see. Bridesmaid says, I did. I'm asymptomatic, unlike most Hashimoto's. I know it helped Jenny's symptoms. Yep. You want to reduce the antibodies. Absolutely. I get so much out of Jenny's channel and her experiments that she does. Bacon Runner says, I've never seen mackerel with skin and bones. Smoked herring comes dried in some ethnic markets, right? And we've got a couple of them here in the town I'm in. We have, like, your Asian market. I know we have at least one, but we also have one or two African markets here. And I've been thinking about going there and seeing what they have for different canned fish, because they can get some good stuff. Thanks. That is amazing. Bacon Runner, I was afraid that I wouldn't stop losing. Also, I eventually stopped and leveled out. Yeah, and the anxiety for me wasn't that I wouldn't stop losing weight, is that I was going to end up having heart surgery again and have something go wrong with my heart because of the weight loss. The last time I lost 80 pounds, that was over 2.5, almost 3 years of working out 6 days a week. And I did beach body workouts. I did Shanti. I did Insanity. I did Insanity, the Asylum, Volume 1, Volume 2. I did Insanity Max 30. I did Focus T25. I mean, I did all the Shanti workouts. Loved them. And then I ended up having heart surgery because my heart went out of whack. So when I started losing, I got that 80-pound mark, I was like, I got to stop so I don't end up doing that again. And now my body's not wanting to start to lose weight again. Let's see. Brian says, down already, the mackerel with skin and bones are generally more expensive brands. Okay. Yeah, because they have more nutrition. So most tinned fish that is not sardines is fillet. Ethnic markets have them whole, like herring, mackerel, anchovies, but you have to search them out. I've tried anchovies and I really didn't care for anchovies, but I can't remember whose it was. I just watched the other day. They were talking about the anchovies, and they recommend the white anchovies because they're not as salty. They can them differently. You always get the sardines with the skin and bone on. I try not to get the ones that are boneless, skinless, because it does have that extra nutrition in them, and works for me. And Angie says, I do have a hard time eating the fat. I'll try the method. Absolutely, because it makes a huge difference for me. When I eat a steak that's hot and I get to that fat, it's like a slimy texture, and that just, it does get to me. But when I eat it cold like that, it's no different than the meat. It doesn't have that slimy texture, and it doesn't have that jiggle to it. It's the same consistency as the meat, and I have no problems eating that at all. And most women do need more of the animal fat to help with their hormones. Definitely, the ethnic markets are a gold mine of hard to find healthy foods, right? Because their cultures haven't been tainted by ours as much yet. I mean, they're getting there. Some of them are just as bad as ours, but there are some of the ethnic communities that still don't listen to what our government says and recommend. Wild Planet has whole white anchovies, low sodium, tastes similar to sardines. Well, thanks. I'm gonna have to try that. Now, that is one of the things I am going to be looking at when we go to Costco today, is to see if they have any good sardine deals there. Because I would like to get get a deal on sardines because they are getting expensive. White anchovies look just like sardines with skin on. Awesome. Yeah, I've never tried. I've only tried the one can of anchovies that I bought, and ugh, I couldn't do the anchovies. They just did not agree with me very much. So, but you know, it is what it is, and I just want to get my weight back. Want to get down to that point. Oh, I was talking to a couple of guys at work this past week. Uh, one of the guys has been there for a long time, and the other guy quit, left, and he came back. And the last time he saw me, I was a big guy, and he looked at me and was like, "Holy, you've lost a lot of weight." And I'm like, and the other guy said he's lost like over 140 pounds. And he was asking me how I did it, and I told him, and then I pulled out my driver's license and another license I have, and I showed him. I said, "This is what I looked like before," because both of those were done in April of 2024. So they both show how big I was and how big my face was. Holy cow! I had more chins than a Chinese phone book. I It was bad, but it's nice to see somebody that I used to work with, and he came back and he couldn't believe how much weight I've lost. It was actually pretty cool. Bryce Bix says it's amazing to see how health outcomes have changed when Western food products are introduced. The Inuit, the Mongols, the Asian cultures are having Western diseases now, right? It's amazing what happens when the influence of this bad way of eating is being put into other cultures. One of the things that they actually can look at is the Japanese young girls going through, getting their period and going through adolescence. After World War II, the Japanese girls weren't starting their road into womanhood until 16, 17 years old. Now, like the US, they're at 11, 12 years old when they're starting. And the difference is the introduction of milk with hormones. Really different. Brian says regular salted anchovies always use them to cook with. Okay, so the regular anchovies used to cook with. I don't know if I'd ever cook anything with anchovies now, but the white ones, you could use those for just snacking on, like sardines. And he says, my first weight loss journey, I worked out 3 to 4 hours or more every single day at the gym while my kids were in school. You lost a ton and got really toned, but you hurt yourself, got older, worked out less, and put on weight. Yeah. And, if you listen to the words on the video that John made for me that I play at the beginning and end of this here, the very first thing that he talks about or he says on there is that I was running 6 days a week. Okay, that's my insanity journey. I was working out 6 days a week, and everything kept getting worse. I ended up having heart surgery when I lost the weight. I love how, if you listen to the words on John Together Strong's videos, you have to listen to the words several times to figure out what is going on there, because they all have meaning to it. I should do a reaction video and explain my journey to that video. But yeah, I did the same thing. I was working out. I was doing insanity 6 days a week, and sometimes I was doing it twice a day. I was eating a very low fat, almost to a vegan diet, and it didn't work out well for me. Let's see, Bryce visited in Kyoto. They historically ate a lot of rice, but Big Macs hit differently there. It's not just the carbs, but the processing as well. Absolutely. And processing of the foods, it's just a terrible thing. I the wheat and everything that goes with that is just not didn't do anybody any good. Oh, you soak your anchovies before eating them. That's not a bad idea. And Brian says white anchovies look like sardines. They're a lot more firm of a fish. You thought they had a drier taste? Yeah, I could see that. Especially if they're a firmer fish, it would be a little bit drier. You love that song and video that John did for you, and yep, I was vegan and gluten free. It worked, but not sustainable. And I agree. It cost me a heart surgery. So eating that way is not the way the body wants you to eat. And I'm pretty confident that had I found this way of eating and did the Beachbody workouts still, I probably wouldn't have ever had to have that heart surgery. Let's see, Bridesmaid says most commercial anchovies are prepared to be used as condiment, like in Caesar salads. Ah, see, I guess I really wasn't. I've really never been into anchovies, and I know for a while people were getting anchovies on pizzas, and they probably still do. I've never done that. Hey, Robin, great to see you. How are you this morning? It's still morning. Yes. Got the end of the live. I'm actually getting ready here. Got a few more minutes, and then my wife and I are taking a 2-hour drive south to go to Costco. Coach Amy, what type of heart surgery did I have? I had catheter ablation. Oh, am I in trouble? My wife just snuck in. She's looking for something. So I ended up having the catheter ablation, which was really kind of a cool way that they did it. So there's 3 or 4 catheters that go in your groin. I had a ton of wires over my heart. They made a 3D map of my heart on a screen, and the doctor could actually see where the impulse was that was telling my heart to beat because I had AFib. And if the heartbeat is told to beat from your sinus node, which tells your heart, it's time to beat. Well, somewhere else in my heart was telling the sinus node that it needed to beat. They were able to see that spot when they were looking at the 3D map, go up to that area, and one of the things that they used was like a microwave, and they zap that part of the heart and create scar tissue. When they do that, it can no longer send that signal from there. My surgery was scheduled to last for 2 to 2.5 hours, and I was in there for just over 5 hours. They found a lot more than what they thought. Actually, you have all the screenshots for that. Uh-oh. I got a little black and white dog here visiting me. My Dalmatian. Yeah, he's crazy. Look. Yeah. Go. If anybody knows anything about Dalmatians, from what I've been told, the male Dalmatian is very, he gets attached to one person, and that's the only person. Females, which this one was, they love everybody. But yeah, that was my heart surgery. I had the catheter ablation, and now I don't have no extra heartbeats, and it's actually pretty good. Milk in the US has virtually no artificial hormones anymore. It used to. They used to be really bad for it. Oh, by the way, good morning, Paul. It's nice to see you here. I appreciate you stopping by. I had heart surgery in 2017, in February 2017, and I started my weight loss journey in June 2018. 12. So it took a while. It was like 2.5 years, 3 years. When I first started having problems with my heart, I got put on a bunch of different medications, and then that stopped working. And from when that stopped working until I had heart surgery, it was still like another 2 years. It just it's different. And then after I had the heart surgery, I had extremely bad anxiety. I couldn't do workouts because I was afraid my heart was gonna have issues again. And yeah, it was just bad. And that's where I ended up gaining. Well, I only gained from 2017 to 2021. I gained like 50 pounds. So, well, no, 40 pounds. I was at 250 when all this started going on. And then I was about 250 pounds when I got put on my blood pressure medications when my blood pressure was found to be high. I ended up on 5 medications in a 4 year span, and my weight went from 250 to 350. I gained 100 pounds being put on blood pressure medications. You too. Have a great day, Robin. It's nice to see you here. See, we are so glad you're well, strong. Yeah, together strong. It's one of the things that John says all the time. We're sharing hope and experience one day at a time, and that's what this is about. No, I never did get the shock. They didn't do that. It wasn't something that they thought would correct what was wrong with my heart. So, and I'm kind of glad because I heard it doesn't feel good. Uncle Charlie, unfortunately, the damage most likely was already done. Yeah, prior to my losing weight, it was. I I had an extra heartbeat. I had a weird heartbeat all my life, and it's well documented in my medical records. But the additional AFib did kick in after I lost the weight and was on a low fat diet. So I wasn't getting the proper nutrition or hormones. Yeah. Hold on one second. All right, sorry, my wife is setting up my electric Blackstone for my son and his girlfriend to make food on. Yeah, and I did. I was already set up to fail on that part, Amy. My father-in-law had the same surgery and went back to SAD. I did too. I went back to the SAD diet, and that's how I got big. So my blood pressure got out of whack. Just not good. See, polyanxiety is a serious issue after traumatic event. You got this, brother. Yep. I appreciate that, Paulie. And that's my anxiety for working out was terrible. I can work out now. I just don't like it anymore. I've done a couple of my insanity workouts. I don't mind doing them. I've lifted weights for about a week. Don't like doing that. The most I like doing now is, a couple times a week. I don't mind going on a 3 to 4 mile walk. Yeah. How come you had to have heart surgery after you lost 8 pounds? I don't know what caused it for sure, Uncle Charlie. I lost the weight, and the way I found when I was doing my insanity workouts, I wore a chest strap so I could see my heart rate because I didn't want to go over my max heart rate and want to keep it up there, but I didn't want to go too far above it. One day I couldn't get my heart rate on my chest strap. My chest was uncomfortable. It wasn't feeling right. My wife came home and I talked to her about it. And she said, "Well, you're going to the ER." I tell you, our ER here is like so many others. You go in there for anything on a weekend. You tell them that you got this going on. You need to be seen. You'll wait 5-6 hours before you actually get to see a doctor. You go in there with heart issues, chest pain, chest tightness, numbness, and you can't get a heart rate on your chest strap. I was on a gurney within like 3 minutes. 5 minutes into it, they had me hooked up to more leads than I've ever been hooked up to in my life. And yeah. But they put me on medications to help to control it. And they stopped working. And one of the things that they told me they could do is they could change medicines, which is probably going to have the same thing happen to me again. They could do nothing, or they could schedule me for surgery. So I chose to have the surgery when the medications stopped working. I appreciate that, Paulie. Hit that smash that like button. Show some love. Always appreciated. Brian says he got shocked 5 times before a surgery. Yeah. I wouldn't want to feel him. It's not something I want to do. All right. So it's been just over an hour. I got a 2-hour drive ahead of me. I will be back tomorrow, same time. And again, Finally Fasting, Jerome is up here. If you guys want to check out a channel about fasting and get some help doing a fast or have questions on fasting, stop in tomorrow. Click on this link, stop in tomorrow, and we can take a look and talk with Jerome. Paulie says, I encourage everyone to buy super inexpensive breathing trainer, and it really helps to oxygenate the lungs and heart. It helps to increase lung capacity, and it's great for respiratory system. Awesome. Yeah, Uncle Charlie, I don't think I probably wouldn't have had to have surgery if I'd have been on this diet long enough when this happened. I am pretty sure that my body would have healed. Yep. Have a good day. All right. We'll talk to y'all later.
Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Oh. 5 pills lined up on the sink, one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. This is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way